You're running a race.
Yeah. Gross.
Oh. We don't want to do sports together. Hello, my people. It's Dahlia.
And Nicole.
And this is Quiche My Ass. Thank you guys so much for listening this week. We really appreciate it. Since the release, we've gotten some feedback, but if you know anyone that needs to listen to a podcast, just say Quiche My Ass and follow us on Instagram.
Or if you know any guests that have a really interesting or unique experience in the culinary industry, send them our way. We might want to do an interview.
Yeah. And we like that some people have been messaging us asking to be on it.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. I didn't expect that. I was expecting people to be like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, no, thank you. But it's nice.
Yeah, everybody has a story to tell. So whether it's something we think we can share with everyone or maybe not. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, honestly. Some stories are boring, so I don't really want to listen to that. But anyway, Nicole, how's work this week?
Work is crazy this week.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just so back and forth, and I'm excited to be working on a new project, and then maybe I'm not working on this project, and then someone else is getting this project, and it's just all over the place, but it's good. I like it. I'm still liking my research and development job.
And your Monday through Friday job.
Yes, very much. I'm excited for the weekends off.
Yeah, no, it's so nice. I was just telling our guests that we'll introduce in a second that going Monday through Friday is like such a relief.
It's a life changer.
You have time. You have time. Mm-hmm. But for everyone that is working in the restaurants right now, I hope you're ready because it is so busy. There are covers on covers at restaurants. Like, New York is crazy right now.
Yeah. I mean, every restaurant's understaffed.
And every place is booked. And they're keeping the outside dining. So it's just like...
Which is crazy to me. It's like...
Why? I like the outside dining.
No, it's not. It's crazy to me. It's an amazing thing. But why did no one ever do it before?
Because you needed a sidewalks license to have a sidewalk.
So now
like
everyone can just do it. And it's crazy. Some people are doubling or tripling their...
Which is crazy.
Yeah, their covers because
they need more front of the house
space.
And back of the house. Like, yeah. It's like Chipotle needs a whole another line just for to-go orders, like online to-go orders, which is like, I don't know. I don't go to Chipotle that often, but the times I do it, they mess up. So sorry. But I think it's just the one location.
So how are you, Dahlia?
I'm good. I've been out in the Hamptons for the past 2 weeks. It's nice. It's nice out there, quiet and like super chill, and food shopping there is crazy.
Yeah. Is it harder to find good product or better? Because there's
like
farms.
Good product. Well, fish is fine because I go to a seafood shop for it. It's actually called the seafood shop. And I'm there at 9:00 right when they open, so they know I'm coming because every time they have to unlock the door for me because I'm like ready for it. And I'm there at Cinderella at 8:00 every single morning, like right when they open, because I need to be there before everyone else. And I refuse to wear my chef coat at Cinderella.
No, nobody should ever wear their chef coat out in public.
I know who's a chef when I'm in there. I could tell who's a chef. I have one guy with the long list. I have another guy that keeps looking at his phone constantly, like going like this and like looking at his cart, like going like this and looking at his cart. Like, I could tell. And then there's people that are wearing their chef shoes. And I'm just like, all right. So every morning I put on a decent outfit because I'm like, I am not going to be a chef walking around these stores because people are going to ask questions. I got somebody to follow me on Instagram the other day because she's like, oh, what
you
should
wear your Quiche My Ass
I
t-shirt.
should wear my Quiche My Ass t-shirt. I should do that. But then I don't want my boss to know a podcast. So
are you using any of the farms or the local produce there?
I go to Dave Portnoy did a review on these cookies, and it was Round Swamp Farm, and I was like, oh my god, I go there every day, but I never get the cookies. I just get like the produce because they have really beautiful zucchini flowers. And it was just so funny because I bought those cookies.
Mm-hmm.
For a 6-pack of cookies, it's $9.
Oh my gosh.
And it's probably the funniest thing.
Are they worth it?
Because the girls go, it's crack cookies, and everyone knows, like in the Hamptons, like Hamptons are known for the cookies, and I didn't know that until like recently, where like Tate's Cookies is from out there.
Yeah.
So everyone has supposedly the best cookies, and what's nice about these cookies is that there's a hazelnut praline inside, so it's like so good. It's like delicious, but it's $9 for a 6-pack. And my mom, we went to somebody's house yesterday. I was like, oh, I might bring the cookies. My mom's like, no. She's like, you're keeping these cookies here. I was like, all right, I'm going back next week. I could get more cookies. Like, it's okay. But I think I walked out with like 6 items in my bag, and it was $100. So welcome to the Hamptons.
Yeah. The
It's
price
insane.
is crazy.
But we are, I think we're ready to introduce our guest.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about our guest today. It's someone I
Super
haven't
excited.
seen in a while.
3 years. I said 3 years.
I think it's probably been 3 years.
Yeah.
She
Maybe more.
Oh, wow, really?
Like, I saw Nicole. I don't know when was the last time I saw you guys.
Where did you see me?
I think the last time we saw each other was in France.
Wow, that was
Right?
3 years ago then. No?
Or we saw each other in Lyon after
At the gala.
after the party, after party.
Yeah, the gala.
Yeah. Or no, it was the after party after the gala
Oh,
dinner.
okay. Yeah.
Because I came to see you, but you were just like
Yeah.
too busy,
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah.
too busy.
And then I tried to talk to you at the party, and you also were like
Yeah.
just shocked.
But you want to introduce her?
Yeah, so this
So talk about
is
the actual last time you guys saw each other.
Mimi.
Woo woo! But Mimi, you a prodigy.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
So one thing I want a few things. Mimi doesn't know how special she is.
No, extremely.
Not
She
special
was
at
one
all.
of the youngest people at Restaurant Danielle that they probably ever let cook. I
Yeah.
mean, except for maybe Emerald Lagasse's son, because he came too.
Oh, he was sweet.
I
And
don't know who that is.
You know who Emerald Lagasse is?
I do not know who that is.
Oh my god.
we'll show you later. Don't worry.
You're so funny.
I don't know who that is.
And don't worry about it.
Celebrity show.
It's well, I'm sure you know. I'm sure if we showed you a picture,
Oh
you
my
would
gosh,
know.
please cut that.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
No,
But-
it's fine. It's a different generation.
That's so funny. Okay.
But also, she competed through the mentor program, and she made her way all the way to the Bocuse d'Or in France. And I happened to be there cooking at the gala dinner. We were serving the gala dinner that night for all of the people who were in the competitions. And Mimi, how many people compete in those competitions?
24 countries.
24 countries,
That's
but how
insane.
many
That's a lot of people.
competitions? Because there's like best chef, sommelier, there's best people like maitre d', best all kinds, best catering, best how many are there?
So what I believe is that for 4 days we're there, there's a pastry competition. It's like same as the Bocuse d'Or, but pastry version. And
Okay, so it's not called Bocuse d'Or, or it's just part of the competition, just in a different.
well, the pastry is the pastry one. It's like 2 days before the Bocuse d'Or,
Okay.
and then it's the Bocuse d'Or. Yeah, it's like pastry and then culinary. They're two separate things.
But there's also at the same time, because I know someone who competed, a catering competition.
I don't know about that.
And
I didn't hear that.
because I know somebody through Danielle who competed for that. And then also they do the competition for charcuterie. They do, and then I believe it's called maitre d' competition, where you go and you have to like, I don't remember what exactly it is, but you have to serve. It's like a service competition, and you have to cut chicken tableside and do like duck a la presse tableside, and it's this big thing at the because it's all
So there's
in the
also
at the same in the Syrah.
Yeah.
So it's all at the same time, or not exact same times.
Yeah, but I probably don't know about it because we're busy in the competition.
Yeah,
so
because
busy
you
that
are
you're
just
like-
so focused on yours.
Yeah, like no idea about what you're saying right now.
Well, I know because when we were there,
Yeah,
we
you
were
were doing the
told,
back.
"Do you want to go to this competition?" And
Yeah, like you have time
But
to
then
go
we
to a
didn't have time. We
competition.
were like, yes, we want to go to all the competitions, but we were working so much to cook dinner for 1,400 people
Yeah.
that we just didn't have time to go at all.
I'm going to do a little French right now, if that's okay.
Okay.
The other competition that is there for pastry is called Coupe du Monde
Yeah,
de
there it
la
is.
Pâtisserie.
Okay.
How good was that? That was good?
That was great
That's pretty
French.
good.
And then I'm going to totally do horrible on this one. Mondial du Pain, which is World of Bread competition too.
I don't know that.
Yeah, they have that. Oh my God, imagine the bread. Oof. From 24 countries. Holy moly, I'm obsessed with bread.
Wow, I don't know about this stuff. I really don't. Like,
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me because when you're there, I mean, maybe this is something we should start the conversation with. What is it like competing at the Bocuse D'or?
it's super intense. Like we've trained probably for a total of 2 years for this one service where you make food for the 24 presidents.
That's
And
crazy.
It's just so intense. Like from we wake up at 3 a.m. and then we go to the stadium at 4, and we have trucks in the back.
Are you the
And
first ones there?
We weren't
Or is that the norm?
we weren't the first ones there. I think there's an order that you have to get there by.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And then you get to, we did our last minute prep. We have like artichokes in water, picking artichokes.
Oh my God.
And then in the cold, mind you. And then we.
Yeah, because it's
like-
what, in January or something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so cold.
Yeah.
Like I had earmuffs and scarves, everything
Oh my God,
on
you probably
me.
looked so cute.
Go crazy. And then like one by one, they let you into like a garage. And then you, like from the garage, it's just like intense energy, for like 8.5 hours of the actual competition. Yeah.
So what is the worst part about this prep? I mean, what's the best and what's the worst about this experience?
I hate your double questions.
Well, they're so similar.
They're so similar. They're the opposite.
I mean, best part is when we're done cleaning. And no, seriously, when we're done cleaning, everything's put away, and then the assistants take care of everything else. Like they're there to help us. But
Which
then-
you were an assistant at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was
Yeah.
that?
That was good.
Yeah?
It was very fun.
Okay.
I guess I didn't do very much. I cooked family meal for them.
Which is important. You're feeding them.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah. And then,
So the assistants are cleaning up.
yeah, they're cleaning up.
You probably just feel the sense of relief of like, oh, it's done.
Yeah.
We're done.
But then you're waiting for results.
You're waiting to let them let you leave first. It's just this waiting game this whole time until like they let you do certain things. Like security is such a big deal there that day.
Yeah, there's thousands. I mean,
So many
people.
Yeah. And so yeah, we finish, and then they finally let us go, and we go eat. We're hungry. Like you cook for 8.5 hours, but you don't get to eat anything.
So where did you go to eat after?
I think we ate like sandwiches or something.
Oh my God.
No, it's probably you
No,
don't
it's
want to
probably
sit down
true.
for another 3-course meal.
Yeah.
You just want to eat something and probably go to bed.
Yeah.
But I know that at this time you're so focused because when I was in France, it was the one day I happened to go to the Syrah and I saw you, but it was from 2 rooms apart. And I can't miss you because it's this group of chefs who are over 6 foot tall, or they're
Yeah.
all like older men, and then you, who's I don't know how
Like
tall
half
are you?
their size.
Like half their size.
I would say a quarter, but okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Mimi. And I tried to see you, but you just you guys don't do anything. When you're done, you go home and you go to sleep.
Yeah, we're
right?
so tired. We
You
really
can't
just wanna
focus on.
rest.
You can't. It's not like you can go out and have a glass of wine when you have this big, huge competition.
Yeah,
the
like
next
we
day.
don't want to. So we competed. So it's 2 days, and we were on the first day, and then they announced the results on the second day. So first day we're really just like anxious the whole night until they announced the results, really. And yeah,
What was the biggest fear while you were training?
biggest fear is always making mistakes.
While you were training, you were just like, I can't mess this up. I can't mess this up.
Yeah. My chef was very strict,
Yeah.
but, you know, in a good way. He's very detail-oriented, which taught me a lot to be, you know, OCD about everything.
In a good way?
In a good way.
Okay,
I
because
like
there's OCDs in bad ways when it
Because,
comes to
yeah,
working.
It's made me into a more organized person, which I really like.
In general.
In general.
Okay.
Yeah. But just like if you make any mistake, it's just, it makes you feel dumb
Yeah.
to make mistakes that shouldn't be made, stuff like that.
Or things you've trained not to
But
do.
you were
Exactly.
how
Yeah.
old when you were training?
when you first started.
The Bocuse d'Or, you have to be under 21 by the time of the competition. So I was probably 19, 20.
For the young chef.
No, so the Komi competition had to be 18.
Okay.
17, 18. I was 18.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it weird being with a bunch of other young chefs? Because you were always the youngest working with us.
Mm-hmm.
Was it weird just being like, wow, like, no, there's other talented people here that are my age?
Yeah. I think even there, I was still somehow the youngest. I think the other two competitors were 1 or 2 years older.
Okay.
And they've been working in restaurants and they have more experience. And so it's scary. Like, I don't have much experience, but I did a competition in high school, and I think I do like competitions.
What makes you want to what made you want to decide to compete? Because I hate competitions.
Yeah, but it's fun. Like, I like having a list of a step-to-step of what to do next. And so a chef from the ICC, my culinary school, came up to me about the Mentor Komi competition. And so he asked around the school saying if there was any good candidates, and a lot of the chefs instructors mentioned my name. Yeah, mentioned my name. And
Did you feel flattered?
a little bit.
I know you. You probably turned so red. And you were like, me.
But I don't know. I don't want to be.
Do you have an ego at all?
No.
No.
Look at this.
Why can't I ask her? No, like,
What does that mean?
Like, do you think that with all this, like, winning competitions and being on great teams has made you just like, yeah, I could do this. Like, I'm the best. Like, I have an ego. Like, everyone knows that. No, so you have no ego. Even if you're
maybe on my own time. Sometimes if I get like an email or like someone followed me on Instagram,
that's like important.
I got this many likes. That kind of makes me feel good. But I don't know.
That's so her generation, though.
I don't know if can I call myself humble? I don't like to talk about myself or be cocky. I don't like to be cocky about it. Yeah.
I think when I was in culinary school, I had quite a few teachers trying to get me to go on the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I said no every time
Why?
because I just didn't like the idea of being constantly watched, I think.
It's
Really?
not that bad. You forget about it. You just cook. And it's really, for me, I was young and I just took every opportunity there was, right? A competition, I'll do it. A job, I'll do it. A stage, I'll do it.
Have you ever said no?
I find it, I'm that person.
You're that person.
Who can't say no to anything.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you want me to do any competition out there, please hit her
I
up
think
at
that's why she-
555-432.
That's why she's here with us today because she just couldn't
I
say
couldn't
no.
say no to Dahlia.
Yeah.
So I was hoping there are a lot of listeners and maybe they don't know what the Bocuse d'Or is. Maybe for them they're like, what in the
Well,
world?
Mimi's still slowly finding out.
What in the world are they talking about? So can you give the listeners like
The process,
Yeah.
I
the
guess.
process, what it is and how big of a deal it is?
Okay, so it was made by a chef called Paul Bocuse in Lyon, France. And he made this competition in, 1987, you said?
Yeah.
Right. And so it's a competition every 2 years. It's like a Culinary Olympics. And about 50 countries come together. Not come together, but they compete in their own way to find
Against each other.
against each other. Like 3 teams of USA compete to be the one team USA. And then from there, you go to another selection. You compete with Argentina, Mexico, everybody to become of the top, 12 countries go into the finals in France, right? So it's this prestigious competition where in the end 24 countries can compete in the Bocuse d'Or competition. And so it's very gastronomy based, and the competition itself is 5.5 hours of cooking, and at the 5-hour mark you have to serve 14 plates of a theme
That they have.
that they give you, and then
And you know the theme how far in advance?
it's only a couple of months, really. Like,
So what do you practice for 2 years?
you practice garnish, right? We practice what garnish would go with what. Like, and you can also kind of predict it. Like, they won't do lamb twice in a row or chicken twice in a row, right? So we kind of predicted it. And at the 5.5 hour mark, you have to serve a huge platter that you have to make with 3 garnishes and the protein. And yeah, it's this like huge parade thing with Team USA.
It's like the
You get-
food Olympics.
It's like the
Yeah.
Olympics. You get a jacket, you get
Yeah.
like a full outfit,
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, like I
like
have,
red,
like,
white, and blue.
chef coats with like all these like sponsors and like Team USA flags. Yeah.
So I have a weird question. How is it a profitable event? Like,
So
is it a bunch of sponsorships and that?
Sponsorships.
Because I know Pellegrino runs the event.
So many sponsorships.
So it's
Yeah.
a ton of sponsorships, but at the same time as the Bocuse d'Or, and I did have the opportunity to go, it's what they call the Syrah, which is the largest food show
yeah.
in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like if you go to like a restaurant show. It's like you go into this huge building at the same time in one room.
Yeah.
The teams are competing, so you can go and watch the teams practice or not or compete depending on what day it is. But also San Pellegrino as a sponsor, they have this. It's like the size of my apartment, a whole room filled with all the flavors, and they have reps passing out cards. And then you go next door, and it's like some.
Nicole has a big apartment. You have to like say that.
But
The size of my New York City apartment.
No, but it's like, yeah, it's a pretty big thing for, it's not like you go to like the restaurant food show. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it is. But this is like, there's chef coats that are sponsored, like Bragard, you go and you can get every size you want, or
Yeah.
there's also, you can go and
There's,
get
like,
cocktails,
bread.
or
It's
there's
like a huge
bread.
convention center.
It's like a
Yeah.
convention center. And so I think all those people are sponsors, but they also,
They're also making money because they're bringing in more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're bringing in, so you go in, it's like sardines packed. Like you can't move anywhere. Luckily we had Thibaut with us because he spoke French, so it was great. I didn't have to feel like, excusez-moi, but it was good. But
Yeah. But walking around, like I had a chef coat that said like Team USA Commis. That kind of gave me like a VIP pass to like go anywhere.
That's
I'm
awesome.
I'm Team USA. Let me go through.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
I like that.
There's the ego.
Just a little bit.
we had little cards that were not as
Yeah, and it
VIP
just
as
says, like,
yours, but ours did say Team USA assist or
Something,
something.
yeah.
So we were there with the Team USA, just not, we weren't even talking to you, but we were
Yeah.
there supporting them.
I've snuck into quite a few places wearing a chef coat. So I think you wearing your Team USA chef coat could get you anywhere.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, here, you want a drink? You want this? You want that? There's also, when I was walking through, there was this huge oyster.
Yum.
They were just letting everyone taste all the different kinds of
You
French
like
I
oysters?
missed that. Yeah.
I mean, I was only there for maybe,
I feel like you wouldn't like oysters. I
I
don't
love
know.
oysters.
I was only there for an hour probably because that's all the time we had. We
To,
got
like,
there.
walk around.
We got there at 5 and we didn't know it closed at 6. So we were like, oh, okay. Well, we were just speed walking through to see as much as we could see. But anyways, back to Mimi.
Yeah. Back to memes.
Now what are you doing?
I am unemployed. I just graduated college finally.
With what degree?
Hospitality management.
Okay.
So you had to train while you were pausing
Yeah.
schooling.
So all of my friends who are my age graduated way earlier than me.
Yeah.
So for me, I took a 6-month
That's not bad though.
to go to culinary school first.
Because you did
ICC, yeah.
ICC.
I did that, and then I went to school. And then I go 1 year of school and then 2 years off for competitions. And then I finally come back and I finish off my 2 years. I finished it off pretty quickly in about 3 years total.
Okay.
because I wanted to get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I've been in school for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, competition is school too, because you're learning so much.
I don't know if it's school. It's more it's work.
It is work.
It's
Yeah.
work.
It's work. I feel like it's work every day.
But did you have the support of your family and friends to really help you through the competition and school and all your decisions you were making?
Yeah, like my parents were very okay about everything. And my friends don't really care about it, I guess. they just don't understand the industry because they're not in it. And that's about it. I had my boyfriend supporting me a lot.
He's also a chef.
Yeah, he's also a
Was
chef.
he jealous? You got to go to you got to compete, or is he kind of like the complete opposite where he wouldn't
He's
want
like
to
that
compete?
kind of chef that like is like what is that?
I mean, he just supports me. That's all.
Yeah.
right?
That's
Like,
sweet.
Yeah, and whatever I do, like he'll like teach me what to do better. Or, like he's really telling me how to speak in interviews or stuff like that.
That's
he's like
so
the
cute,
backbone.
though.
Because I really
Aw.
don't know what to say sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has more experience.
How many times do you get calls though for like things to do?
Not that often.
But when you do, you say yes. Well, yeah, because you can't say no.
I can't say no.
So do you want to tell? I know you just had a partnership with James Beard Foundation.
Yeah.
What was that?
So-
I saw briefly, but I would like to know from like what it was.
Yeah, so it's a program, it's a pilot program that they just launched. And they choose a couple of people who are up and coming chefs who want to open up their own business. And they teach you about financial and business aspects and social media and legal advice, personal branding. They really taught me about myself. Like, I didn't know my story. Like, I didn't know who I really was. Yes, I did all these competitions and stuff, but what am I really?
What are you?
I don't know what I am. An alien.
An alien.
And so I got picked for the program, and what you have to do is you get a 1-month residency at the Beard House, and they give you the sponsors, teach you a bunch of classes throughout the whole month you're there, and at the end you have to produce a meal box, which I did. It is a requirement for it. Right, and so I just had to develop my menu, and I combined, my culinary experience and what I like to eat at home together into a burger. And I also like desserts, so I made some desserts in there too. And that's about it. And then I did a virtual event where the people who bought the box can come and watch me kind of show you what's in the box and stuff like that.
Okay, so the box gets shipped to these people who buy it, and then
Yeah.
you it's like a cooking demo,
I didn't
or is it
cook
prepared
it.
food?
It's prepared food, but they had to like just sear the patties, toast the buns, and then assemble the burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was special about this Mimi burger?
I put 5 spice in it.
Aw.
It's Asian, cilantro and scallions and hoisin. And then I put this to replace breadcrumb. I used fried pork rind, like chicharron powder.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like it gives it.
Is that what you do at home, or
Yeah, I did that at home, and I really liked it.
no?
Yeah.
But is that how you do it at home? Like, what made
She
you
doesn't
decide
cook
that?
at home.
Yeah, I don't cook.
Does your okay?
But yeah, like
she doesn't cook. She doesn't
yeah,
cook.
that's how we eat burgers though.
Really?
I've made it at home before, and that's why I also chose to make burgers.
Does it add a crunch into that?
If you leave it kind of whole, but if you
Okay.
blend it into a powder, it just it's like a binder,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it gives like more pork flavor and like silkiness and tenderness to it.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds really good.
That sounds
I'm gonna
so
tell my
smart.
mom that trick when she makes her burgers.
It makes it gluten free.
Oh,
It makes the patty gluten free.
GF for life, broski. Just kidding. I just said I love bread.
But I'm vegan.
so what is
Yeah,
your family? They cook at home a lot.
No, my mom and dad are too busy with work to ever cook at home really. So it's really just bland vegetables or stuff like that. So I have to tend to myself.
So what made you choose culinary then?
Maybe it's the fact that my parents don't cook for me.
Yeah.
And
That's why I did. That's why I chose
Really?
cooking, because my mom. Growing up, it was like mac and cheese out of a box and hot dogs or canned green beans. Like, she could cook, but she was just so busy running a daycare in the house that on the
Exactly.
day when she was done, she's like, whatever, you get what you get, you know?
Yeah, and what is it?
What is it? A kind of
No, I forgot what it was. Gonna say.
hamburger,
That's okay.
hamburger helper?
But yeah, they don't cook, so I watch Food Network a lot.
Do
Yeah.
you?
I like Food Network.
You still do, or you used to?
Used to, like in high school.
Okay.
High school, when I was trying to find myself, everybody's applying for college. I didn't know what to do, but I did have a culinary class, and that's where it blossomed a little bit, I guess.
In your culinary class. In where?
In the High School of Hospitality Management.
So,
Oh, okay.
So you did go towards a direction.
Well, embarrassing because in middle school you apply for high school, and I got rejected for all the smart schools, and I see this one and it says hospitality management. I think it's about hospitals.
Oh my God, really? Yeah. And so you were like, I want to do that.
I want to be a doctor, so I went to the school.
How was your first day of school?
Were you like, wait,
is
what?
this? Like, everybody is like, it's like in this, like, it's in Hell's Kitchen area.
Okay, so in New York.
Yeah, it's in New York. And then
This
like
is so funny.
these people are not the people I expected to see. Why are there metal detectors and
Oh, wow. So it was like a sketchy school?
kind of sketchy? Yeah,
Wow.
a little bit. Yeah,
Wow.
And
but
you thought you were walking into a hospital.
I mean,
But
is this a
yeah.
public school?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did my research. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not about hospitals.
But, you know,
was
could
like,
you
it's
see
a
yourself being a
school.
doctor now?
No, I can't. It's too much school for it.
Yeah.
So
And I can't do with needles.
what is your like other talent that people don't know about besides competitions?
Nothing.
No,
No.
you told me this.
You showed us
You
pictures.
showed us
Mimi.
pictures.
So I've been liking pastry. I've always liked pastry. Like from when I was young, I would buy cake mix from the store and make it. And I've always wanted it, but then my chef in high school told me, don't do pastry. They kick out the pastry chefs first in a restaurant. Do culinary first.
Do you think that's true?
I think in some ways it can be true because the pastry chefs are kind of a luxury when sometimes the executive
okay.
chefs have like
Yeah.
Okay.
knowledge about both.
No, now I'm thinking like most restaurants don't even have pastry chefs.
Yeah, but that's kind of a rude thing to say. Like if you love pastry, do it.
Yeah, but
I don't love it, but
Yeah, but I was trying to find myself, and I would take anybody's advice, and I couldn't say no. And yeah, I went through the culinary path, and now I want to go back to pastry because I don't want to be in kitchens anymore.
is there a specific pastry that you want to get into?
I like cakes.
Cakes.
yeah, and the
cupcakes.
images she's shown are just amazing, beautiful cakes.
I know. If we could like actually have your pictures, we could put it on our Instagram.
Maybe.
Maybe. Just a slideshow.
Some money.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
we need
yeah.
some money. We gotta find some first.
Well, first we have to make a menu for your cakes.
Yeah.
For
That was back then. I'm not looking to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you see your future like? More competitions?
No more competition.
So you're done. As much as you loved it, you're done.
Actually, there was one competition that the same chef who introduced me to the Comey one introduced me to.
Uh-huh.
But it was right after the Bocuse d'Or, and I was done with competition, so I said no.
What made you decide to be done?
It was just very exhausting. Like 2 years of constant cooking and training, and I just wanted a little break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no more.
No
But
more.
now no more competitions.
I wouldn't say just no if a good opportunity comes up.
What about like a Food Network competition?
Oh, I've been asked for like
Really?
Chopped. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, would you do it? Or you said
No.
no?
I said no. I was just like, this might be fake. It was like a DM on Instagram.
No, it's real. That's how they find people.
Oh, okay. Or like I got emails from like CCAP. It was like this program I was in. Yeah. They
Oh
were-
yeah, Betty was in CCAP.
Betty was in CCAP also.
Yeah. It was like a 18-year-old like young chefs chopped competition. And I was like, no, I'm gonna lose. I can't cook.
That's not how.
That's why I said no though. And then I got another DM about like Guy Fieri's grocery games.
Yes, yes, yes.
I thought that one was really funny.
I know somebody that was.
I
on
know
there.
somebody that was on it too.
Yeah.
So, do you think, I know you say you can't cook. Okay, you're crazy. But can you explain to people what the difference between cooking on a line in a restaurant is than cooking in competitions?
So competitions is more about like prep work, right? You prep all of these things, and then once the service is almost there, you plate it. But for service in a restaurant, you have probably all the time in the world, but competition is like timed. And then in restaurants, you have mise en place, and these are only for regular people, not people who are going to judge your food, really.
Well, they are, but they're not going to
Yeah.
give you a gold medal or not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's scary to think about that. What if every time you served food, you were like, you get a bronze, you get a gold?
So my friend that was in a competition, I think like a year or two after you, he did the competition in Vegas as well. And he said what was cool about the competition room was there was so many different kinds of chefs. There was like the chef that just does this kind of competition, the restaurant chef that just got pulled out because they need somebody real quick, somebody that's been training for competitions but also working in restaurants. It was all different kinds of people. But what was the type of person that like just made you so intimidated by?
Me. Just everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought
just everyone.
I thought everybody was better than me, you know?
So now
and I still
one
think
point.
Do
they
you
do.
still think that now, or do you see now that then they probably thought the same of you?
I still think everybody is better, but after the competition, a lot of, I don't know if you guys know MOFs.
Yeah.
That sounds bad.
It's a
No.
muff. It's like
MOF.
muff.
It's like these, it's the French chefs.
Oh
who-
yes,
who
that wear the
tricolor.
Yes, I do know.
They
what
have
you're
their
talking
flag
about.
on their
Yeah.
chef
Yeah.
collar.
Like they're like recognized as like best.
I had chefs in
French.
culinary school that had them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those are,
They're like the experts in their craft.
yeah, they were like walking around the competition, or some of them are judges or kitchen staff. And a lot of them, after competing, about 10 or more came up to me and told me like super good job. And it's not just like the random, oh, she was competing, good
Yeah.
job. It was like, wow, you're like a freaking machine.
You are.
You are.
Like,
They,
are.
they called me like a machine gun, like machine gun Mimi or something.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah, so that felt a little good, but I still think they're all better.
like was there one person there where you were just like, oh my gosh, they're here, like this is crazy, or you didn't know who you
I
were
don't know
competing?
anybody.
You didn't know who you
Or
were.
Just
were
like
there
we
people
have
that
friends.
were there people that were there where you're like, wow, they're not good?
I don't want to say.
You can just
That's
say
mean.
no, but I'm just
Aw.
wondering because did you feel that there were people where you're like, wow, how
Come
did
on,
they
there's
get
people
here?
in your class, in your culinary class, so
Yeah.
you're like, come on, why'd you
Come on,
choose
there's people
culinary?
who worked at Danielle where you're like, what in the world are you? How did you get here?
It's like
I ask that about you every day.
I know, it's true.
it's like when you see the results of the past competitions, you see a trend. You see a lot of the Scandinavian countries winning, right? They have like some system. They're like robots, and then just the Scandinavian
Not
countries.
a rigged competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other countries.
And then the other country.
And then the other.
Okay.
It's Scandinavia and then other countries.
I was reading though that France won the most competitions
Not
since
France.
'87. I thought it was. No,
Was it France? I thought it was like
And then
Denmark.
I think it's
or
like Denmark or
Sweden.
Yeah.
they were second. I
nice.
thought, but maybe.
well,
maybe
that's
I am
what
wrong.
they were this
It's just
time.
like those three, like up, down, up, down. Yeah.
So you went.
When America won.
Hmm?
You went when America won. You were there to assist.
You
Yeah.
were the assist
Yeah.
the year that USA won.
Yeah.
That's insane.
2017.
That like gives me goosebumps thinking
Yeah.
about that.
I
crazy.
remember we were all watching it in the
Really?
kitchen.
We were
and
screaming like,
we were in
"Mimi!"
Toto's office.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. We were in Toto's office. He was watching it live, and then
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden you just hear ah, and then everyone goes yeah. Like,
yeah, Toto's like, baby, come here, Mimi's on TV.
Oh my God.
And we all run to the office and we're watching you in that little teeny office. He's like turning
and there's
it
like
so we
9
can
people
all
trying
watch
to
it.
get
I
in
didn't
there.
know that.
Yeah,
and
we were
we-
watching it live because for us it was like not. It was probably like 10:30 your time.
Yeah, it was like a normal time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for you, I don't know.
No, actually, I think it's like just a 2 or 3 hour difference.
In Lyon?
But like,
I think it's 6 hours. Is it 6
I
hours?
don't remember.
Oh, because it's not live, so there's probably like a 3-hour difference or so. I don't know. Anyways,
it was live,
whatever.
yeah. But we were watching it, and we were so excited because we were just like, I can't. And you just won the other competition as well, like
Yeah.
not long before that.
That was the Americas.
Yes.
That was held in Mexico. We
Yeah.
won first place for that.
Yeah. So like it was just like, oh my god, like we know this girl, like she's just winning over there, like that's so crazy. That must have been a really nice feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you walked around like a rock star in New York City.
Yeah. A little bit.
But then you went
You
back.
get coupons.
Oh, is it coupons? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, like, of course, immediately I go to Danielle and get some meals.
Get some meals on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody was just probably happy to have you there and share that moment. Even though at that point you were just assisting, you weren't actually the, what do you call it?
Yes. The commis.
The commis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though you were just assisting, it's still like you did it. You
Yeah.
made it. And you loved it so much, obviously after that high of winning, that you did it again.
Yeah, that I chose to do it.
Yeah.
As the commis.
What was there one time during like the training process, because like you saw the competition and then you went to training, was there one time where you're just like, I can't do this, I don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, probably like the first month I was training.
It was brutal
It was hard.
because you were away from your family.
Yeah.
Where were you?
San Francisco.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you never went there beforehand.
Never. So we were working overnights at Qua, Chef Matthew Kirkley's restaurant. And working overnights is hard. I mean,
So
I've
he was
never
running
done
the
it.
restaurant and doing overnights?
Yeah, like I would do service with
So
him.
his determination was making you like, okay, if he's doing it, I could do it
Yeah,
too.
I mean, we're partners. You know,
Yeah.
we applied together. We planned this all out, and he flew me out there, and I lived in his like basement for a little bit.
Do you get paid during this 2-year process? And who pays you?
Mentor.
Mentor pays
Okay,
you.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why they raise this money, so that they can do these competitions and among a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering how you live for 2 years
Yeah.
if you're not working.
Yeah, but it's just minimal.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not a
Minimal
lot.
money.
Okay, we did the same.
Yeah. Just enough to live.
Just enough to live and be able
Yeah.
to.
But I was able to save up. You know, I just after moving out of there, we got a place with the other assistants, and just a little bit of rent, and then I'm working all the time, so there's no time to spend money,
Yeah.
which is good. Yeah.
But there was only the first month you were like, this is so crazy.
And then by then you were probably so in it, you were ready and determined.
Yeah, but then sometimes, you know, days are hard, and you hate your job sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah. Like sometimes,
When you're exhausted.
yeah, when there's a bad day, you get yelled at. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard to yell at Mimi.
But was there ever a time with Chef Matthew that you were like, I'm quitting, I'm not doing this? Like
Yeah.
you told him this?
No, I would never.
Okay. I
never.
wasn't sure if there was ever like a true breaking point where
Where
you
you,
were
like,
like,
turned
I'm
around.
booking my flight and going back to
No,
New York.
I would never. I would just hold it down.
Okay.
You know,
Would
'cause
you
I
look at
have to do
flights
this.
back home sometimes?
Never.
Wow.
That's
No.
good.
I feel like
I was
It's
just
only the thought.
I would do that every day.
It's only the thought, and just crying to sleep. That's it.
That's so funny.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But then,
Because I could never do it. Like, I'm so invested in the competition, I
Yeah.
can't just leave.
yeah,
You know, and this also affects him if I leave.
it
Yeah,
does.
it does. It affects everything.
Yeah.
He can't get a new.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I was very determined to want to win and all that stuff.
Wow.
That's crazy. Who did you not want to disappoint when you were
Everybody.
doing this competition?
Yeah, but if you had to choose one.
if you had to choose, like, who was like the person that like at the end goal, at like the end, you were just like, if I lose, I'm sorry. Was it yourself? Was it somebody else?
No, I mean, I wanted to win for everybody. There's no one specific person that like I wanted to, you know, rub my face in.
You weren't like trying to prove a point
Yeah,
or anything to anyone.
Like it wasn't your
everyone. It's to everyone.
everyone.
to everyone, like
Yeah.
family, friends, like
Everybody.
this is why I did it.
Yeah. Like I wanted something to say, "Oh, I won, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're in the competition, what's the biggest thing that you like don't want to go wrong? Because I know there's a million, but
Oh my
what was
gosh.
like one thing that you were just like, this cannot happen?
Electricity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, electrical is such a problem that we had one assistant who we trained him to do electrical. Like we had extension cords from here, there.
Because you bring your own equipment, or you decide what equipment you need, and everyone has a different need.
Yeah, mainly everything. We bring everything like except the tabletops and oven. But even then, like electricity will go down, and once it does, it's super hard to try to get it back up. And then you're
Because there's 24 other countries that are doing the same
There's this many
thing.
people.
And it's your responsibility. They don't have someone at the competition in charge of that.
I'm sure there is. Like I would say to the kitchen staff, like, "Oh, my electrical went down. Can you help us?" But like, how they're also busy.
Right.
How would they
Dealing
help
with
me?
other people's electricity.
Yeah. So we did our best to make sure nothing went down, and it didn't. It went perfect. Yeah.
But that was like the biggest thing that you were worried about the whole
Yeah.
time. Not, I'm going to burn the food.
Can you tell one thing we like to talk about is like kitchen disasters, right? So was there anything in this experience
Yeah.
that was just like, how is this possible? Like what happened?
It was
Was it like dropping something on the floor, or was it not that you served or anything? I'm sure it was in training or anything, but
it's so you get graded on your kitchen also if they see anything wrong.
the
Oh.
cleanliness in the organization.
Organization,
Wow,
all that stuff.
You don't wash the herbs
like
properly.
food waste was a big thing. It was the hugest thing.
They judge on food
Food
waste.
waste.
That's
Yeah.
that's amazing.
It's so tough.
But
for
it's
us.
hard.
Yeah, for us being so meticulous about everything. So we had this one dish, I don't know if you've seen it. It's the zucchini croissant. It's literally just the skins of zucchini. But like we couldn't just bring zucchini skin into the competition.
You had to bring zucchini.
You had to bring a whole 8-inch hotel tub of zucchinis that are
Could you just peel them and put the skins on the bottom so the zucchinis? I'm
well,
just
that's what we did, but but you had to have the bucket of zucchinis to show where you got the skins from,
okay.
right? Like we made
Okay.
it
Makes sense.
we made it like these are our peels, our waste,
Okay.
right? In the Ziploc bag, and then your tub of zucchinis. But then when we were cleaning, we have this tub of zucchinis that we can't get rid of. So while we're packing it, like a kitchen staff sees it. It's literally right there.
And they're writing it down.
They wrote it down. Of course. Like it's a whole thing of zucchinis.
That's crazy.
It's waste.
But it makes sense because I don't like food waste,
Mm-hmm.
and we're so
But it's a competition.
yeah,
Like,
it is a
you
competition.
Need, like a certain thing from certain products.
Right, but I
guess.
think that the competition represents the whole industry. So
Yeah.
to me, I think it's really awesome because it teaches you guys to think about food waste in a way that maybe other chefs have to think about it because it's their restaurant and everything they throw away. If it's a half a lemon, I've said this before, if
Yeah.
each chef in the kitchen throws a half a lemon a day away
Yeah.
and you have 50 employees and you have 10 restaurants, it's like it just
Right.
is absurd. I don't want to do the math, but it's a lot of waste, and that's
Yeah.
just for one lemon. Think about the zucchini. Think about the carrot that they
Yeah.
don't feel like putting away. Think about how much waste just because people don't put things away properly, not even how they
Yeah.
what they have to throw away.
Yeah.
So food waste was like that.
Yeah. But then for this specific competition, it's so meticulous. We have to get like the perfect product, perfect zucchinis.
Do you go and buy them yourselves, or you have to order them, or what?
Yeah, so we were trying to get farmers to grow our specific like speckled zucchini, and it was tough, but like
Because you're training in California, it's completely different
Yeah.
produce.
yeah, and we were trying to get like people from I forgot like California to grow our zucchinis and ship it to France or everything like that to get perfect zucchini. But even during training, we would get shipments from, Baldor or wherever, and we would pick the best ones and either return them. But after a while, they wouldn't take our returns anymore. So
Because they caught on.
into the trash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like we couldn't couldn't give it away anymore. Same with
Do you
artichokes.
like zucchini now?
Oh my! I like for probably 1 or 2 years after competition, I couldn't look at zucchini. Oh, zucchinis!
You're like, oh no, you have a bad dream.
Yeah, I'll be oh, that's a nice zucchini.
Yeah. You're like, wow, I'd take that.
I would use that one. Oh, I wish I had that.
But that's crazy. So did you, for the competition itself, did you have to bring all your mise en place with you?
Yeah, you should.
From California.
You could.
So you you pack it in your luggage. I remember we saw each other at the airport because we landed in France, I guess the same day you guys did. And I see Team America. I'm like, oh my God, it's Mimi. So I went and I said hello, and we're all carrying our food from the airport, and you guys also just had a crazy amount of luggage.
Yeah.
But that was all food?
Yeah, like all food and equipment. You have to bring your own equipment, and we had to also, in France, buy like French-based equipment and then practice with those also, because the plugs are different.
Yes.
Yeah, so we brought a lot of our own food. We bought, I don't know, this like huge styrofoam box of zucchinis, a couple of those, 20-something boxes in the airport of equipment and food.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you didn't fly private?
No. Economy.
Mentor doesn't pay for private flights.
Well, I don't need first class. I'm
no,
short.
you don't. But
yeah,
I just mean,
you definitely. You
I'm
can
short.
have
I'm so
one
lucky.
seat, and you're just like, this is a
you're like,
king-size bed.
Yeah, and then I see like Matthew Kirkley, who's like double my size. His knees are like hitting the back of the chair. I feel so bad.
Aw, that's so funny.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But it's crazy because when we had to bring all of this food through to France, it's difficult to go through customs.
Yeah.
So we would tell
You have
them,
to, like, lie, right?
Yeah, we had to say it was for charity. And they said it was fine. Somehow it was fine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we
I'll use
brought
that.
so many things, like the mushroom cryo concentration, and it was frozen. And we're like rolling out. We're like, oh, good. We didn't get stopped by customs. We're good. Nothing happened. And we look back, and there's just like mushroom juice dripping all the way, like the whole trail. And nobody stopped us. Nobody stopped us. And I don't know what happened, but Will and I, we looked at each other like, oh no. So immediately he was like, take the bag, pick the bag up, walk with, and I was like, you take the bag. You're the stronger one. I'll clean up the mess. Because we didn't want customs to see this and then to open all our bags and take all of our food.
I would have just said it was my coffee. I spilt my coffee.
But it was a lot. And it was dripping out of the bag. And we had to throw it away because the seal had broken, and so it was supposed to stay frozen in here, and everything else did. It's just this one bag, it didn't stay frozen. But we're like, oh my god. And so we had this, and inside the suitcase, and of course it was Fabrizio's suitcase. He was like, this would happen to my suitcase. He was so mad. He's like Danielle's gonna buy me another one. And because it's just like mushroom juice all over everything. Luckily the suitcase was only for food. It wasn't for anything personal.
Yeah.
But I just can imagine, like, nothing like that happened to you guys.
Like a spillage or like...
I think we tried to bring eggs. We tried to bring our own California eggs.
Oh, because Leon's eggs aren't good enough?
I don't know. But because when we practice in such a meticulous way.
The egg matters.
Yeah,
Everything
the egg
is
matters.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we wanted everything to be the same. Like we brought the salt, pepper, almost everything.
Yeah, and so the egg in France, they might be bigger.
So what happened with the
So
eggs?
it's different. I think we encased it
Yeah.
like, as best as we can, but they all cracked. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think we found like a good alternative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But nothing too crazy, just zucchinis.
Just the zucchini
Just
madness.
Zucchinis. I can only remember zucchinis and artichokes. We had to pick perfect artichokes.
What do you say is a perfect artichoke?
Well, we were looking for like tight but like fat ones. Like, how is that even possible? It has to be like
Like really tight, so super
like the
under
hard,
like very ripe.
like the flour
or not ripe, like very fresh.
yeah, but it has to be like wide enough.
Oh, it had to be that perfect
It had to be
one.
wide enough and dense at the same time, which is impossible when it like blooms. It like spreads out.
Right.
So like we learned how to like pick the best artichokes, and it was just hard.
Before it bloomed. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Wow, I'm not a fan of doing artichokes.
I hate artichokes.
Did you have to do them?
No, he did them. Well, he did the hard part, the turning part, and then
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I really can't turn an artichoke.
I can't do it
Remember
either.
how bad I was?
Yeah. I was like, Dahlia, just give it to me. This
I
is
can't
your.
do it.
Which is crazy because like my knife cuts aren't bad at all.
Mhm.
But when it comes to that, I don't
Yeah.
know why I struggled so much.
It's easy.
Do you enjoy it? I know some people.
I do enjoy it.
She enjoys it. Every time she's like, yes. And I'm just like,
I'm
gotta go
happy
do
to.
something.
I hate
I
it.
don't mind the little artichokes. I don't like doing the big artichokes, but I like the baby artichokes.
Okay, yeah, those aren't too bad.
Because those are like, I like the tournée knife. You just like, boom, 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 boom.
I'm so bad at
It's
it.
done.
I'm so bad at
I
it.
can't do it.
I was very bad at it.
So, Dahlia, do you
Oh.
have any more questions for Mimi, or should we go into our Munchbox special?
I have one more question.
Okay.
You want to give anyone advice for if they want to be in the competition or about competitions, like any advice? Or the biggest advice that you've gotten that you're just like,
Don't do it. Just kidding. I don't know. I mean, just really,
determination?
yeah.
Like,
That's hard to say for other people, but
What was the best advice you received?
did you receive any?
You can think about it. We can come back to this question.
I don't know the answer. I don't know. I mean, just
I'm pretty sure I told you, fuck bitches, get money.
you have to. You have to be, a good listener. Like, get things. Be a fast learner.
Yeah.
Like, definitely practice that.
Good
And
listener is something that's important too.
I think be clean and be detail oriented. Even if like you're like this like big chef who like cooks chicken and like, beef, right? Like you can't see me do that, but like just being like meticulous about every detail.
Gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I learned to be more detail oriented.
Okay.
Yeah, like I had these little fingers that
Yeah, you
the
do.
chef like. He loves,
You could
like,
probably do so much more than they could
yeah
because of the
Like-
size of your little baby
She doesn't need
hands.
tweezers.
like our assistant who had like big humongous hands like couldn't do some things I could do.
Wow. All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
good advice.
So her advice is to get smaller hands.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get surgery, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to bring out Munchbox? So Mimi doesn't know
don't
what
know.
Munchbox is. We have a segment, which this is why Mimi doesn't listen to our. You would think Mimi would listen.
Yeah, we can tell that
see
she
it.
doesn't listen because
I
she
saw
knows
the
with
first 5 minutes and it was like a frozen picture.
Oh, okay. Cool.
this. Thanks for the.
I was confused.
We try something
Mm-hmm.
that one of us brought, and then we talk about it for, I don't know, until we're done talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then we
can-
do rate it. We haven't in a while.
We haven't
Okay.
really rated it, but
We say if it's good or
so-
bad.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you the small plate because you said you don't want sweets.
Yeah, which it's sweets.
Oh, I love sweets.
I know
Yes.
Mimi likes sweets, and I thought you were still working in a bakery, so I thought that this would be fitting, but you're not working in a bakery.
I'll still eat sweets.
It's from Win Sun Bakery. I
Don't
don't
know.
know if you guys know that.
In Bushwick.
In Bushwick. Dahlia knows the owner.
No,
I've
no,
met
I don't
him.
know the owner. I met the executive chef. I know the
Okay.
executive chef, but he quit a while ago.
Yeah, so I've met him quite a few times.
Ooh.
As well.
Oh, it's mooncakes.
So we have a moon cake. We have a mochi donut.
Ooh, I love mochi donuts.
Okay.
I've never had a mochi donut.
You have
And
What?
we
From
have
No,
Uh,
the classic.
red.
I've had mochi.
Red bean donut.
You guys.
And-
I'm showing the camera right now. Do you see this? Nicole gave me the small plate to put a big ass donut on.
And we have, what is this one called, Thomas?
Bolo bao.
Oh, bowl of bao.
A bolo bao, which,
So you know what everything
Pineapple
is.
bun. But it's not pineapple.
what is it?
It's like the look of the pineapple. It's like a
It's like a croissant.
crust. No, it's not a croissant at all. It's just like bread and then like a sweet crust on top.
But inside it looks like a croissant.
It does? Is it like a
Looking in
Here,
the
I'm
box
going to give
for
this
more.
one to Mimi.
like a
Oh my goodness.
a mix?
I have one other thing too because Thomas thought I should get one of everything. This is the
That looks good.
pine nut.
Is it like the
Sun
husband
cake?
cookie or something? Oh no.
It's a pinwheel. So what kind of bakery is this?
So Win Sun Bakery is, what was that?
I said
Yeah, she said. Mhm.
I don't know. It's a very
I'm gonna-
popular bakery. It's a Chinese
Uh-huh.
inspired baked goods.
So you never ate at the restaurant?
No, I've never eaten at the restaurant.
I ate at the restaurant. Okay, I'm only
So
having
you're-
the top of the red bean.
I'm gonna get napkins.
Please.
So you just eat it?
I rip a piece and then I'm just gonna put it here in the middle. I hate red
It's for
bean.
everyone to share?
Yeah.
We got to pick our favorite.
Cat hair.
Cat hair, shocker.
So everyone gets to
The
pick
red
their
bean
favorite.
just tastes like regular glaze
Really?
for me. If you guys want to go at the red bean donut, we'll do it like, and then we'll
Too
taste
late.
the other donut. Okay. So this is what, mochi donut?
Mm-hmm.
What makes it a mochi donut? Like just the dough is the same and it's fried?
They put mochi in it, so it's like more chewy.
They make the dough with mochi, right?
Yeah. It's like a texture thing.
Okay,
Oh.
so red bean donut
It tastes like a regular donut.
is fine.
Mochi donut I'm tasting now.
Good.
I always liked like an apple cinnamon donut
Mm-hmm.
or like a basic with sugar. So I like the mochi. I feel like if it came out of the fryer right away, I would eat 5 of them. Cuz it
Like
tastes
if it was so warm.
Yep, it was like perfectly fried right then and there. I would totally eat that over and over again.
I smell like alcohol on this.
And red bean?
yeah.
It's very yeasty, like over
Oh, is that
fermented
what- okay.
maybe.
Oh, look how fat it is. I thought that honestly looks like a dough donut. You know, dough donuts?
Yeah.
A lot of dough. I don't like a lot of dough donuts. Not shitting on Winsun. I'm just letting you guys.
I really like the mochi donut. It's
Me
so
too.
chewy and like just good.
I hear your chew in the headphones.
Sorry.
ASMR.
Is it though for everyone? No, not at all.
I love ASMR.
What ASMR do you listen to?
Just anything on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
People like can't fall asleep unless they like watch those videos.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I can't.
You
But I just like eating it with my eyes. What is it?
is it ears?
Eating with my eyes.
Eating with your eyes.
'Cause
Oh,
you
you
see the
watch the
food too,
video.
yeah.
Oh, okay. What are you trying now? Which is this one? This is the croissant thing,
This is the bao,
Bolo bao.
bolo bao.
and
So it's kind of like croissanty
Oh.
inside.
So they fused it.
or
It's
they,
usually just like bread,
Mm.
but they made it into a
you think they laminated the bread?
yeah, or they put croissant.
I don't. Do I need to try that?
No, it's like fine.
I would have it with like jam or ham and cheese.
Okay.
That's cool though.
It is cool. I like how the layers. You know how like a croissant is like super
Yeah.
layered. This is like airied.
And then there's like a sweet croissant.
So this is the moon cake made with pistachio and passion fruit.
Oh, I've never seen a tart.
You've never seen it like filled with something?
No, it's always filled with something.
It's usually red bean, right?
It's like lotus paste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a croissant, right?
Yeah, she said it's like they fused it with something.
Yeah.
But
It's
normally,
usually not like that.
normally the bolo bao is what? Like a bread.
A bread with a crust.
I think you
Um,
brought those into Danielle before.
I did. That's disgusting. That's so embarrassing.
Remember you used to bring us treats all the time?
I don't remember. I have such
You
bad
always
memory.
had snacks though.
Yes, I know the snacks.
Yeah, you're always snack girl. But it was always like gross snack. It was like Pop Tarts sometimes.
I don't eat.
No, or you'd like bring in Pocky
Chocolate.
sticks. You're like, you want one?
You guys eat
Just like,
chocolate?
mm-hmm.
And every time I took you to the Hamptons, you got McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah. You always got like
I have
a
such bad memory.
you always got a burger
I have
and
short-term memory loss.
and we'd be like, Mimi doesn't eat all day and she's eating like McDonald's, like crazy.
Wasn't that one time?
I don't taste the passion fruit in this at all.
I don't taste pistachio on this at all.
I only taste pistachio.
I'll try a little bit.
No, how about peas? I feel like this is like an Arab treat. I think Turkish people. They put like dates inside,
Like dates and
like pureed
almonds
dates
or something.
Mm-hmm. Because it like
And rose water.
always rose water. You can't have any dessert without rose water. I like Actually, like the pastry part of this. Uh-huh.
Not the biggest fan.
No?
I don't like passion fruit and pistachio.
I don't like passion fruit.
Oh, you don't like either. I love passion fruit, and I just feel like I don't taste it.
I like pistachios. That's
Like
it.
you hate that like fake almond flavor you get sometimes?
Is that what you're getting right now?
No, this one tastes fresh.
Yeah. All right. And then
One
this
more.
pinwheel.
This is pine nut. It was called like sunshine cake.
I've never had here you go. I've never had like pine nuts in my sweet food.
Oh yeah?
Is that like normal in like Italy or something?
They have a pignoli cookie in Italy. That's the best. I love the pignoli cookies. They're like soft and chewy, but they're coated with pine nuts. Very good. But this is good. I like this one.
I like
This
this
is really
one.
good.
I think that if they cooked the thing a little bit more, it would have been like literally it's a hairline away from being bitter.
It's really good. I like
Like
that.
the caramel part. You know what I mean?
So you want it to be bitter?
No, like they did like they definitely tempt it.
Like they did a perfect job.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
it might be like the pine nuts that make it like nuttier.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but of course pine nuts make it nuttier. But
So, which one's your favorite? Which one's your least favorite?
least favorite?
Mimi.
Mooncake.
Mooncake's your least favorite?
I'm gonna have to say the bao
Bola bao.
bola bao because I didn't even try it.
I think the bola bao is my least favorite.
The mochi donut though is one of my
That
favorites.
one's good.
I think the mochi donut is number one.
Do they have different flavors of the mochi donut or
Yeah.
just that
Oh, well, other places have a lot of flavors.
of mochi
Yeah,
donuts?
there's, like,
How come
green
this is my
tea,
first time hearing about this?
Black sesame.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a lot of like holes,
Oh yeah.
like a teether kind of.
So this is like an American version, pretty much of, or is this usually what it looks like?
That's not what it looks like.
No.
No,
So if I go to a place, a mochi donut does not look like
it
that.
does not look like that.
Okay.
But this one also has like salt in the sugar mix, which is nice.
Love
The
that.
other ones have like glaze on it.
Okay. Okay.
But the same consistency, same texture.
Kind of, yeah. It might even have more mochi, more chewiness to it. This one has more dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they made a donut dough and then just added a mochi
Yeah.
dough to
Yeah.
it. Like it doesn't, or they added like, what's the flour in it? Rice flour?
I don't know.
Mochi flour is rice flour?
Yeah, it's rice flour.
Yeah. So they probably just added a little more rice flour.
Yeah. But it's like maybe 50-50 instead of...
Yeah. No, I liked that one. It was fun.
Okay. Well, Mimi, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you were finishing up here? So is there anything that you wanted to say that you didn't get to talk about?
No, I talked about everything. Well, so I'm looking to open up my own business,
Okay.
and it's still in the idea stage. So it's going to be online, but the idea is that, you know, when you walk into a grocery store and you go down the baking aisle, just like I did when I was young, and you look at the Betty Crocker, the box cake mixes, and what do you see? You see chocolate and vanilla,
Red velvet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funfetti.
Yeah, and then, but have you ever seen matcha or Earl Grey or yuzu? Any Asian flavors, any unique flavors? That's kind of what I want to do. So I want to make I want to be the new Betty Crocker kind of.
Like the Chinese Betty Crocker?
Yeah. like with an Asian and French twist to everything.
That's nice. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
So pastries.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's going.
Yeah. Or like just like I did with the James Beard Foundation, the meal kit. That one's savory, but I want to do a pastry version of it. And so I would give you the dry ingredients to make, you know, a cupcake, but like a unique flavor. And you know, you add an egg, you add an oil, milk, and you make cupcakes.
Cute. I love that idea. And it sounds like you love that idea.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need any help writing these recipes.
Okay.
I'll do it with you.
Well, that sounds like fun. Everyone look forward to Mimi's next venture. And we hope you quiche my ass. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Quiche My Ass Pod and subscribe to us on YouTube at Quiche My Ass. Just type that in, you'll see us. And then on Spotify, just don't forget to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Mimi.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you,
so
guys.
much, Mimi. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
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 Bye.